This is a short introduction to Section 3 of the application form for project grants and grants of excellence for the Icelandic Research Fund. In Section 3.1, you select the institute that will be responsible for the accounting of the project. In most cases, the name and email address of the person responsible will be auto-completed. If it is not auto-completed, then please enter this information manually. Grants can only be administered by Icelandic institutes. In Section 3.2, you enter the total amount of costs associated with the necessary supplies for the project, with the exception of costs associated with contracted services, overheads and facilities. Equipment costs of up to 2 million Icelandic kronur can be included in the proposal for the total project period. Operational expenses and their relation to the proposed activities must be justified in detail in the provided cells. Price quotes should be uploaded in Section 3.5 when appropriate. Please note that all unexplained costs will be rejected. In Section 3.3, you enter the cost of work that is not carried out by the participants in the project, but is necessary for the progress of the project. Publication costs of up to 500,000 Icelandic kronur during the project period can also be applied for under this section. Contracted services and their relation to the proposed activities must be justified in detail, and price quotes must be uploaded in Section 3.5 when appropriate. No overhead expenses can be claimed on contracted services. In Section 3.4, you enter the travel costs associated with the project. In Section 3.5, you upload all relevant price quotes. In Section 3.6, you can apply for overhead costs for the project. The overhead can be up to 25% of the project cost. The overhead amount will be added to this project cost, and this means that the total amount of the grant, with the overhead included, may well be higher than the maximum amount for a given grant type specified in the handbook. You will need to explain this overhead cost in detail in the relevant cell. And once again, please note that costs associated with contracted services are not eligible for an overhead. And lastly, in 3.7, you will find the budget plan for the project, which will have been compiled automatically from the information that you have entered in the application form.